Welcome back to Dropped In. I am so grateful to be here with you today and to share a microdose hit of magic and medicine with you. So, my friend, the dichotomy of life is real. And what do I mean by that? Well, last week was probably one of the heaviest weeks of my life that I've experienced outside of losing my father almost 6 years ago. Last week was a very heavy week, emotionally, physically, energetically. It was quite debilitating and exhausting. And let me tell you, I was feeling all the feels. And in the same breath, I had the biggest week of my entire life in my career to date. And I am so grateful for the work that I not only teach and preach about, but it's the work that I personally embody. And if I hadn't done all of this work subconsciously, if I hadn't come into the space of really being the embodiment of my work and learning how to master my energy, I don't know if there would have been a dichotomy last week. I may have just been in this complete devastating state and perhaps have gone back to old ways of being to numb the fuck out, to not feel the heaviness that I was experiencing, to have not been feeling the overwhelm and the debilitation that I was feeling at times. And so last week, the dichotomy is we had a very heavy week personally within our family. And I launched my baby, Chrysalis. Within the first 4 days of launching Chrysalis, I sold 3 spots. And there are only 5 spots. Never in a million years did I imagine that I would sell 3 spots within the first 4 days. But I did. And I'm so beyond grateful that I chose to follow through with my intention of launching Chrysalis on Monday, as I promised myself and my community that I would. And so this goes to show the power of the work that I facilitate. Had I not done the emotional and energetics and embodiment work and the subconscious work to really get myself into that state, I definitely would not have launched Chrysalis as I intended. And I definitely would not be in this dropped-in state that I am today, sharing what last week's experience was and knowing with every fiber of my being that I am even more convicted in the work that I facilitate. It's like I have even more social proof of how powerful this work is that I embody. And I am so blessed and so grateful that I chose to really build a strong infrastructure for my business, and that I had done all the work leading up to launch day of Chrysalis, that I had all the marketing set up, I had all of the social media set up, I had everything set up, and it was just divinely guided, intuitively guided. Everything was dialed. And so when I questioned whether I should launch Chrysalis or not, I knew my nervous system could handle it. I knew that all of the work that I do consistently has prepared me for this moment in time. And so although we were experiencing one of the heaviest moments in our lives, I was also celebrating one of the most liberated states I have ever felt in my entire existence. And so the dichotomy is real. The polarity is real. And throughout all of that, what I find so fascinating is that in the past, I would have gone on this really high and low roller coaster ride, like been so stoked that I dropped Chrysalis and 3 people signed up right away and like celebrating just the absolute stoke that comes with that. And then really dropping into this state of sadness and heaviness and exhaustion that was legit what I was experiencing as well. But that throughout that entire time, I was completely regulated. I was completely grounded. Why? Because I had prepared my body prior to launching my business, launching Chrysalis. And I was implementing these practices every single day when we were in the state of what we were going through within our family. I was able to hold myself. I was able to regulate myself. I was able to fill my cup up so I could be there for my family. I was able to set really firm, healthy boundaries to ensure that I was continually filling up my reserve, all the while holding this energy of this excitement and stoke and just deep, immense trust that these beautiful souls have within themselves and within me in saying yes to Chrysalis. So this is the power of the work that I facilitate. This is the power of what's shared with you inside Chrysalis. We really build a strong foundation from the ground up. We look at all the cracks that might be leaking, these limiting beliefs, these limiting decisions, these old fears, old uncertainties. And we seal these cracks up with subconscious reprogramming, with the embodiment practices, with the energetic work. So you have this strong foundation in which you build your empire from. Imagine having that strong as fuck foundation to share your soul stirring innovations from. No longer getting taken out by these emotional roller coaster rides that life throw at us. Imagine being so dropped in and so grounded and so centered that you are unfuckwithable. You are unshakable. You have the tools in place to support you emotionally, physically, and energetically, no matter what. No matter if you're having the highest of high days or the lowest of low weeks. This is the power in the work that I facilitate inside Chrysalis. I am the embodiment of the work that I teach. You know, leading up to Chrysalis over the last 6 months, I was in my own state of Chrysalis. Coming into a space of once hiding and being so afraid of sharing my voice to dropping into this incredible offering that I have inside Chrysalis and to launching my podcast and to writing my book and doing all the things that I am here to do because my soul has shit to do. In that state of Chrysalis that I was in for 6 months, that is the work that I'm teaching inside of Chrysalis for you. Creating the highest month I have to date in March before I launched Chrysalis. Having the highest month to date in April, and we're only, goodness, not even 2 weeks in. attracting my high-level soulmate clients who are ready, willing, and able to do the damn work. All of this is possible for me is because I chose to take the sacred pause and lean into my state of chrysalis and to become the embodiment even deeper of the work that I facilitate. Inside Chrysalis, I am sharing with you my unique soul signature embodiment practice, the very one that I've been implementing with myself behind closed doors that nobody else knows about, that I've really supported my body and my nervous system and my business and my brand to get to the state that it is today in this moment. I'm sharing it all with you. I'm sharing the embodiment work, the subconscious reprogramming work, the energetic mastery, building a strong infrastructure for your business, for your brand. Really coming into a space of understanding your energetics and your emotional space and your unique blueprint, and supporting you in executing that feels energetically aligned for you. And so the dichotomy is real. And we can allow these big events to take us out, to take us out. But when we have the tools in place to really support ourselves, we truly are unfuckwithable. Yes, there's a lot going on for me personally right now, but I'm here with you right now. I'm grounded, I'm centered, I'm utilizing my tools. I'm allowing more rest in my day. I'm setting healthy boundaries, even more so than I typically do. I'm trusting my soul's guidance, and I'm implementing all of the work that I have learned, that I've integrated, and that I've embodied on the daily. So the dichotomy is real. And wouldn't it be great to receive these tools to help support you on your journey, on your path, in shifting the energetics of humanity with your soul-stirring innovations? We have 2 spaces left, and I cannot wait to celebrate you and join forces with you inside Chrysalis. Until next week, we will see you on Dropped In. Thank you so much for dropping in with me today. If you loved this episode, I would be forever grateful if you rated and reviewed. And if you feel called to share it with your community on social media, please tag me so I can thank you personally. Until next time, I will see you on Dropped